Well done, you actually, Lennon. Good on you, you actually, Lennon. Hey, you bloody scouser, you. A proper scouser, eh? You're going to get knocked out. Proper scouser. Hey. Is this what you want, is it? This is what we're going to get if we keep following the dickheads like Scott Challen around. If we keep... See, this is what? Oh, wow. Oh, bloody hell. Not the yours. This is what comes of constantly coming up against the government all the time. Constantly having rallies, constantly protesting. Right? More dickheads only begets more dickheads. Yaxley Lennon, Unite the Kingdom protest. Oh, Tommy Robbins. Yeah, Yaxley Lennon.
Britain is erupting right now as you watch this. Look at the screen. Do not look away. 15 cities simultaneously. Hotels under siege. Regime and forces in riot gear. Fire. Chaos. Smoke rising over the skylines of towns that used to be peaceful. This is not isolated unrest. This is not a few far-right thugs as the BBC wants you to believe. This is a national uprising. From the streets of Bristol to the docks of Liverpool, from the suburbs of Manchester to the heart of Newcastle, from Leeds to Cardiff, the scenes are identical. Glass shattering, sirens wailing, communities pushing back against a system that has ignored them for too long. And the man responsible, the man who created this powder keg and lit the match, sits in Downing Street pretending it is not his fault. Keir Starmer has lost control of Britain, and tonight, the country is making that brutally clear. Look at the list. It is overwhelming. Dover, Norwich, Tamworth, Perth, County Antrim, Epping, Canary Wharf, 15 cities and counting, all erupting over the exact same issue, migrant hotels. A nationwide explosion of fury directed at a government that decided British communities didn't deserve a say in their own futures. And, at the centre of it all, the Holiday Inn in Tamworth. At 9:17 p.m, the situation in Tamworth went from a protest to a siege. A petrol bomb arced through the air and smashed through a ground floor window. The hotel ignited instantly. Flames poured from the windows. Smoke choked the street. Police lines collapsed under a barrage of bricks as they tried to hold back a crowd that outnumbered them 5-1. This is Starmer's Britain, and it is burning.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, it is. But,
to understand the sheer scale of this, you have to look at the...
It's not Starmer's Britain, not really. Starmer's just it's just a target to throw the tomatoes at. Who's telling you to throw the tomatoes? Yaxley Lennon. Tommy Robbins. Yeah. Bloody hell. That's not the... That's not the, what's the word I'm looking for? That's not the, oh, whoops, how did we arrive at this point outcome? That's the plan. Because what comes next? Right? We've got that there. We've got that in France with the tractors. But somehow, you know, Macron, he need to run away and he's a little bunker with his little boyfriend. Somehow made it all to Davos, no worries, didn't he? That's what I want. Once enough of the world's like that, or once enough, once it gets bad enough, what do? They do to us what we should be doing to them. You've got to be smarter than people. You've got to be smarter than this shit. They pull the military martial law lockdown on us because we're unruly. That's the plan. Just watch it. Just keep an eye on it over the next couple of weeks and watch what happens over the next couple of months. And tell me I'm wrong. Oh, God, drop your order, you monger. Just... When it happens, then you can come to me and go, oh, yeah, didn't see that coming. Ask yourself this. Bend over, have a look, like, say you get your little echo fucking chamber going up your own ass, with your head up your ass, and ask yourself, all of the eastern nations, all the rest of the world that's not the West, do they have these problems? No. The only places that look even remotely like this are the ones where we've got our fucking nose stuck in. Like Israel and Palestine, about to become Iran. But people up and down go, oh, look at the Arab nations. Their nations are a shit show. They're always at war. No, they're not. They've always got us fucking dropping bombs on them. Is Abu Dhabi like this? Is China like this? Is Japan like this? Is Russia like this? No. You see, you seem to forget who's hanging around in Ukraine. You seem to all think, you all want to beat your chest and finger your own bum and say, oh yeah, we beat Germany. England wants to take the credit for beating Germany. America wants to take the credit for beating Germany. But neither of them did. It was fucking Russia, you dickheads. None of the BRICS nations have got these problems. We've got these problems. We are creating these problems. We're on the wrong fucking side of history. I'm going to make a drink. Try to wake up. I had a puppy nap.
The numbers, 32,000. That is the number of migrants currently housed in 210 hotels across the United Kingdom. These are not temporary accommodations. These are not emergency shelters for a few weeks. These are permanent residences. And here is the statistic that is driving people onto the streets. Last year alone, 111,000 asylum claims were lodged in Britain. That is the highest number ever recorded in British history. Where are these people going? They are going into your communities. They are going into hotels that used to host British families on holiday. They are going into venues that hosted British weddings and business conferences. Now, they are migrant processing centres funded by your taxes. £8 million every single day. While you are told there is no money for the NHS, while you are told there is no money for schools, while British families freeze because they cannot afford heating, there is always money for this. And Keir Starmer admitted it out loud. In his own words, he said, I know local people don't want these hotels. He knows. He has been told. He has seen the data. He has seen the anger building for months. And he opened more hotels anyway. That is not ignorance. That is a choice. A calculated decision to ignore British communities and press ahead regardless. But why now? Why did it explode tonight?
Why? I'll tell you why. I made bread. Not bad either. I'll tell you exactly why. Because you dickheads follow dickheads like fucking Tommy Robbins, like fucking Scott Challen, like fucking Pauline Hanson. You're going to do it though, aren't you? You're going to do it. You know what makes me laugh? You can find Israel on the map, but you can't find Israel in there. You can find it on the map, but you can't find it in there. Now why? Because it's not in there. It isn't, he is. His bloodline is, his family is. Israel's not a place. I keep telling you this. How do you know I'm on the money? I'll tell you how. Do you know how much I've plastered this information all over the Sky News platforms? Just go back 5 minutes later and it's deleted. But all the mongers going, vote One Nation. Like, yeah, vote One Nation. My mum votes One Nation. All the non-constructive, half-witted fucking statements all stay there. All the I stand with Israel statements. Do you? Good to know that you're withstanding of the vehicle that's bringing all the bullshit here. That's some good bread. Better learn to do stuff like that. You're not going to be able to get it at the shop shortly. Going to be a shit show. What's some more demise? Some more of the demise of the West.
Because the warning signs were flashing red for anyone willing to look. It started in Epping, a quiet town in Essex, the kind of place that doesn't make headlines until it has to. An Ethiopian migrant, housed in a local hotel under Starmer's emergency accommodation scheme, was charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old British girl. 14 years old, the town erupted, not with violence at first, but with questions. Why was this man here? Why weren't the locals told? Why are they forced to accept this? The government's answer was silence. So the protests began, small at first, a few dozen locals outside the hotel, then hundreds. Then the story spread to Manchester, where families woke up to find coaches unloading hundreds of young men outside their local Holiday Inn without a single warning. Within weeks, reports started coming in. Harassment near schools, shoplifting, aggressive behaviour in public spaces. When residents complained, they were told they were being intolerant. When they demanded action, they were ignored. But tonight, the ignoring stopped. I want to ask you a serious question. Do you think the people on the streets are justified in their anger, or do you think this is criminal behaviour? Comment justified or criminal below right now. The media has already decided these people are thugs. We want to know if you agree. The fire in Tamworth became a symbol.
Yeah, I even see it for what it is. Comment below what you think it is. The media has already decided. The media decided before this even kicked off. The media decided fucking years ago. How? Is it told what to decide? Where's my little tic-tac going? Still on course. No weapon. You see how it just escalates and escalates? We go from old Bobby in the street to riot gear. Right? I go here. I'm going to go 1980s. Police. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, look at this, eh? 1980s police. Look what she's wearing. A fucking dress. Look. Oh, look at that. Oh, bobbies. Look at that. That's shocking. This is 1980s police. Oh, look at our Falcon. Our Falcon station wagon. Oh God, show me movie bullshit. Oh. I had one of those. Just on a side note. I wrote the damn thing off. V8. Yeah. Actually one of those, a police one. Stupid, wasn't it? That was dang stupid. Dang dum. Yeah. 1980s police. Okay, football. Community. Let's put that in, see what it comes up with. What are we looking at here? We used to have police football teams. It's not coming up with what I want it to. Why? Because it's the fucking internet. What I'm trying to stay is, okay, what can we find here? I'm trying to show the difference. Australian PCYC 1987, the year I was in grade 7 high school. Oh, fucking dumb thing. CYC. PCYC. God, computers. Okay, here we go. PCYC. There. It's a basketball team of kids when the coppers used to get together with the kids and actually do stuff with them. The cops used to get together with the kids and do stuff with them. Some of our greatest boxers came from PCYC. Hey? Alright. PCYC. Dubbo. PCYC. Gymnastics. Alright. Be more anyway. PCYC. Basketball. PCYC. Alright. PCYC 85th anniversary. Kung Fu, PCYC. Right. Back when the police were a friend of the community, not an enemy. You know, it wasn't an us and them scenario. There wasn't. The only time there was an us and them scenario is when we fucked up. Not because they're arseholes, they weren't arseholes back then. The odd one here and there. Back then, you could claim you'd get the odd bad apple out of the bunch. But now they're all just bad apples. They're all bad apples. Why? Terrible screening. Terrible recruitment protocol. Terrible training. Terrible. The PCYC. The PCYC isn't engaging with the communities anymore to teach kids who don't have a decent father role model how to treat women and how to be men, how to treat the community, how to go, oh, look, this bloke's a bit old and shit, do I really need to be bothering him over stuff all? No, you don't. You don't. You don't need to be bothering the old fogies. You don't need to be sticking your nose into people's homes. You see, this creates animosity. And then we have a situation like we have now with all this multiculturalism that was designed by the United Nations. Multiculturalism, United Nations. Think about how that's the same thing. Nations united, cultures united. You can't unite cultures. You can unite people, ethnicities, but cultures clash. They always have, they're always going to. Just like religions clash. Why? Go back and look at some of the other videos. And he explains quite, you know, it's a punch in the face to realise that religions aren't Christ, religions aren't faith, religions are beliefs. It's not faith in Christ and a pathway to enlightenment and a pathway to betterment of mankind. Religion is an indoctrination of a control mechanism. It's religion and politics. Religion is politics. It is politics. Politics is religion. Politics is in the business of religion now. Why? Because of the separation of church and state. And now we've been indoctrinated to think that church is religion. No, it's not. Community is church. So there's a separation between the community and the state. A separation between us and government. That's what the separation of church and state is. So now the government rules over us. We're separate from it. We're not part of it anymore. See how that works? We've gone from PCYCs and, you know, all the average local coppers, the sergeants, the constables. The sergeants would encourage the young constables to get involved with the kids, with the what do they call it? Mini league football, the Kanga cricket. All the young cricket teams, the young football teams, the young basketball teams, the young judo, you know, anyone that was involved in that were good, decent people were encouraged to become good role models for the community. Not to run around like they fucking do now with their Batman utility belts, donging us over the head with our own transgressions. And now we've got all these problems with all this multiculturalism, all these problems with all these so-called radicalised religious beliefs, which is what they are. They're radicalised religious beliefs. They're not they're just radicalised people. They're not radicalised people of faith. Okay? It's not radicalised Islam. It's not radicalised Muslims. It's not, right? It's radicalised politics and radicalised religion. People that follow religions instead of their faith. A lot of you don't distinguish the difference because you will not pick up a fucking book and read it. You'd rather just let somebody else tell you. Oh yeah, I look up to this person. Ricardo Bosi told us not to read the Bible, told us not to pay any attention to fucking Israel. Gee, I fucking wonder why. For the last 3 or 4 years, he's been telling us not to pay any attention to Israel and not to read the Bible. But to pray to God. Which fucking God, Bosie? You're a fucking idiot. That cunt needs to be locked up. He's on the road to nowhere, leading us all to hell. What we're seeing in the UK now, what we've been watching in France and across Europe, what we're starting to witness in the United States. The United States is a little bit of a tricky situation because of the First and Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. Their government's got to find a different direction around that. Ours is a piece of piss. They're pretty much around it now, so now we're playing catch-up football. We're playing catch-up with the United States now. Like I was saying in the other video, come off it. Come off it. Those two men didn't have guns by accident. There's no way they had firearms licences by accident. There's no way that they organically got those firearms licences and were able to purchase firearms. With the amount of hoops you got to jump through, the hurdles you have to get over. Us firearms owners know this. But until they come and step on your toes, you don't give a shit, do you? Oh, it's not affecting me. Whack. As Jim Brewer says, whack, whack. Whack. Geez, I wonder how all those village people died burnt to death in their grass huts. What village people? What grass huts? You know, you'll find out shortly. Just stay in your grass hut.